I have been fully compliant with your questioning. Threats are not required.
With everything you've done, you're lucky I'm only threatening you right now.
Please, this argument is getting us nowhere.
Initiate, you're back. Maybe you can help me talk some sense into Romani here. We've been going over what happened at Vault 96 and interrogating our prisoner. This smug monster is practically bragging about torture and unleashing horrors on the world. And Romani is treating him with kid gloves.
I am not bragging. What I have done was necessary. I take no pride in those terrible acts. I will have to live with the shame of them forever. That weight does not, however, diminish that the ends were worth the means. You will learn that soon enough. My colleagues will see that our creation, a vast improvement on the FEV, is distributed shortly.
Do you see the arrogance, the self-justification? We should end him and be done with it. And what jury wouldn't find this man guilty? You saw what he did with your own eyes.
Preventing Dr. Blackburn's associates from taking this horror any further must be our priority. And we may need the doctor to convince them.
My colleagues have a laboratory hidden beneath the headquarters of my former employer, West Tech. We intend to correct the FEV's mistakes at their birthplace. Poetically appropriate, would you not agree?
Yes. If the doctor's associates are preparing to distribute the virus, we have to put our emotions aside here and get to them before they can. Blackburn's punishment, whatever its form, can wait until Appalachia is safe. Head to West Tech. Find and secure the entrance to this lab, and we'll follow behind.
I don't like this, Romani. We should be done with him here and now and level this laboratory. This is just like what Elder Maxim faced at Mariposa. Or have you forgotten?
Elder Maxon came to regret acting rashly there. Or have you forgotten?
If they've already begun producing the virus, blowing up the place could just help spread it. We'll need to be a bit more delicate than that.
Very well. If Blackburn is coming with us, I will be watching him. Perhaps he can provide leverage against his fellow lunatics.
If I can prevent further loss of life, I will.
Then it's decided. Initiate, head for West Tech. We've no time to lose. See you there.
gun with our next cut.
Stay where we can see.
No need for that. Oh, I have not gone away thus far.
Enough shit. Let's catch up on things.
Are we secure, Initiate? The Hellcats were likely here to protect Blackburn's associates from the super mutants above.
Should we expect any further resistance?
I am not aware of the details of the defensive measures my colleagues may have taken. I would not, however, expect them to tolerate trespassers.
We should keep moving.
As you wish. I am your prisoner, after all. I have little choice in the matter. Certainly.
Let's move out. Eyes open.
Edgar, who are these people? What happened to the guards?
The guards are dead, Dr. Farhan. This is the Brotherhood of Steel. I have been their guest since they discovered our project. Regrettably, they object to what we are doing.
We will not be intimidated. This facility is secured. You can't get to us. We will finish our work. This isn't the Huntersville strain. Dr. Blackburn has purified the virus of its considerable defects.
We've made something wonderful out of something horrible. We're helping people this time. We've run the simulations. All three of us triple-checked the models and compared to prior experimental data.
We're confident in the formulation.
You know what they say? Human testing is the best testing. A large-scale release will provide a representative sample. Science needs vision, like Dr. Blackburn's, like ours. Let's not let testing hold us back.
Of course not. What West Tech did was a terrible mistake. An affront to science. They didn't care who they hurt. And they did it just to see what happened. We're trying to help people. This will make people safe again.
Dr. Jane is enthusiastic, but it's true. We are not doing this just to satisfy our curiosity.
We're advancing science itself. The cost doesn't matter. No offense to Dr. Jane, but West Tech wasn't doing science. They were only burning ants with a magnifying glass by comparison.
Well, no. Not as such. But
Of course we have. Experimentation has identified the key flaws in the original strain. Iterative testing has pinpointed the defective genetic sequences, and we've corrected them in each case.
well, sure. It might seem hasty, but
Don't be such a pushover, Janie.
No, wait. I've also had my doubts. Perhaps we should discuss this after all.
I can see you're troubled. You know what you're doing isn't right. Let's talk through this. We can come to an agreement.
I want to avoid violence. But that's always on the table, as long as you hold Dr. Blackburn hostage. Let him go. Please, let him go or we will cut off this negotiation and proceed with our plans.
I am afraid you will have to give in on this one. If you truly want to stop our distribution process, I advise you to listen to the doctor's entreaties. Allow me to explain. My colleagues could not stop production if they tried. It requires a code. I am the only one who knows the code. I set this plan in motion, and I am the only one who can stop it.
Is this true?
Edgar.
You will have to forgive Dr. Farha. She did not know. I added this functionality to our distribution program. As insurance, you might say.
Boy, that's handy, huh?
So there you have it. I am willing to help you in exchange for sparing my colleagues' lives. But you will have to let me in there with them. I assure you, I have only a peaceful resolution in mind.
We cannot seriously be considering this.
But what other option do we have? If we do nothing, the outcome will be just as catastrophic.
Dr. Farha, please permit me inside as a sign of good faith from the Brotherhood. I am certain we can negotiate a peaceful resolution and perhaps preserve our work at the same time.
All right. I'm registering you for the security grid. Just you.
With your leave,
Don't make this worse.
This is a mistake.
now that that is over with, Nellie, prep the test chamber. They want proof of our success. I will give it to them myself.
Edgar, wait!
I am sorry, but this must happen. You will see, and then there will be no more debate.
Edgar, please. Let's talk about this.
You've signed your death warrant, Blackburn.
I will test the sample on myself, and be proof of our achievement. Anything you do to me after does not matter. I'm going in. Ready the tank.
We should have executed him when we had the chance.
Now is not the time. We've got to find a way in quickly. There's no time to waste.
FEV flow ready, Doctor.
Initiating.
Please. All of you, this isn't right!
What's this? No. What's happening? This can't be. The figures were correct.
scientists are still locked upstairs. Let's hear what they have to say for themselves.
Edgar, I should have known. I did know. We weren't ready. I owe you an apology. Our work was a failure. Any good it might have done was a mirage. I knew it in my heart, but didn't listen. As a token of goodwill, I have used Edgar's code to stop production. We will not distribute the virus. I will make sure of that. But I will not simply let you in. There may be little I can do to stop you, but I will defend my colleagues in what little way I can. I must admit that I am powerless before you. If our cooperation can sway you to avoid more violence, then I will let you through. The way is open. We await your judgment.
I really think they've stopped production. This whole sob story sounds like a trap.
We can verify that once the area is secure and send for Scribe Valdez to double check. Until then, stay alert.
You've arrived. Please, hear me out. We are scientists. Our work is all we have to give to this broken world. We had truly hoped to give humanity a better way to fight back. Against the radiation, the mutants, the decay of civilization. We failed. But this doesn't have to be the end. There is so much good that we can still do, please. Spare us your wrath.
Why does it sound like you're giving up? We weren't that far off, just a tweak here or there.
If I may interrupt, I agree with everything Dr. Farha has to say. Despite how it looks, we are not evil people. We wish only to better humankind. Knowing that, what are your intentions with us?
I'm glad you see the truth of the matter.
I'm afraid that's not going to cut it. The Brotherhood exists to keep humanity safe. And your work endangered everyone in Appalachia. If that failed virus had gotten out, countless people could have died. We can't allow you to continue experimenting.
Wait, Shin. It's clear that we can't just let them go. But their knowledge could be valuable to the Brotherhood and the people of Appalachia. Blackburn was the ringleader, but he's gone. We know nothing about the others. And of all people, you and I shouldn't fault anyone for trying to make a difference.
I can. And I will.
Is this still about back then? You can't forgive yourself for your own mistakes, so you refuse to forgive others too. When will you put that behind you?
This has nothing to do with that. There will be no more experiments. And they're too dangerous to keep prisoner.
Wait, you're really going to kill us?
Hold on. We're not killing anybody. We will bring them back to Fort Atlas and have Scribe Valdez monitor their work.
Have you lost your mind?
Think about it. This is exactly why the Brotherhood exists. To safeguard technology. I hate to admit it, but the Elders are right on this. We can't let them go, but we can't destroy what knowledge they have either.
A wise compromise. I'm willing to cooperate. You, the angry one. Consider the fact that universities are no longer operating. In a generation or two, there will be few, if any, people left in the world with a formal education.
How many dozens have you killed? Do you really think your life is worth more than theirs because of your education? We don't need your knowledge if you're deranged enough to resort to human experimentation.
Please! Stop this. Let us stop for a moment and talk to each other. There's still much that we haven't told you about our work. And we know little about your brotherhood. Perhaps we can find out more where our perspectives overlap.
Yes. Maybe some discussion will cool Shin's head. And no desire for this to come to blows.
Very well. You haven't said anything yet? Surely you have an opinion on this matter.
Scribe Valdez was appalled to find out that people were being turned into super mutants. You really like to burden her with supervising the sociopaths who were behind it.
Don't be so quick to jump to conclusions. As Dr. Jane said, there is more to our story, if you'd be willing to hear it. Let's pause and open the floor for conversation, shall we?
Make it quick, Initiate. Shouldn't take long to see through their lies.
What questions do you have for me? Or has your party made a decision? We could focus the idea of human evolution into a more targeted formula. Say, a formula to increase muscle bulk, or to repel radiation. In fact, I hear serums of that sort may already be circulating among the survivors of the region. I'd like to study what they have created and improve upon it. I'm responsible.
I urge you to reconsider. Dr. Farha may disagree, but I'd like to... We can implement new safety measures. And we were so close to improving the human race as we know it.
I heard when the Brotherhood breaks down your door, they say, "Add victory. Hand over your arms." Is that true? How so? You either say it, or you don't, right? Janie and Farah? Well, I don't think anybody liked me before Farah, so I'm glad we're together. Janie, Edgar was the most fun of all. Too bad he miscalculated. What about them? Is that any worse than being human? As Dr. Jane says, all life is sacred. You'd probably gun them down regardless, right? To improve the human race. If I was kidnapped for our experiments, I wouldn't mind. Okay, I guess. You're not really.
We need to come to an agreement. The scientists are to return to Fort Atlas with us and work alongside Scribe Valdez on a new project that we all... These are smart people. They just need to be pointed. Then we must stand up for what we believe. We will not allow Shin to create a hateful brotherhood which passes judgment as it sees fit. This is human life we're talking about. Haven't enough died already? I'm glad to hear you say that. Once he realizes his authority isn't respected, this chapter of the Brotherhood will become what it should be, with or without. I hope you can see.
Those who commit crimes against humanity must be. It wouldn't be right to let them run free. Not the Brotherhood of Steel must protect the future of Appalachia. I don't see what other option there is. As I stated before, They're too dangerous, so we either ignore the danger or eradicate it. Whether I'm being dogmatic or not is irrelevant. My goal is to find a solution to a threat, and I don't see you offering any other suggestions.
Nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience.
It hasn't been a matter of if for some time now. Only a matter of when.
What questions do you have for me? And what has your organization decided? That's a relief.
So that's it then. You and Romani would repeat the mistakes of the past and use these criminals to build more weapons of destruction. To send the world further down the path of chaos for your own gain. All while wearing the Brotherhood insignia on your chest.
The Brotherhood's mission has always been to use the power of science to guide us to a better world. Rather than murder great minds, we will shape them into people who will serve that mission. And we will do it without barbarians like you.
On that point, we agree. I refuse to serve an illegitimate branch of a principled institution. The Elders need to know about our failures. All of them. It will be my honor to give that report in person. I'm the only one with any sense of duty around here. It's a shame that I couldn't.
It's easy to follow an arbitrary set of rules, Shin. I'd rather make my own decisions and learn from them if I have to.
We are grateful. The work we do next could still change the world.
You go on ahead. I'll bring the scientists back to Fort Atlas, then we can discuss everything that's happened. Initiates, faces new and old. I am proud to announce that the mutant threat has been cornered and removed. But it came with an unfortunate consequence. I'm sure you all know that relations between Shin and I have been strained for some time now. I'm afraid my leaving out his title is no mistake. Shin and his followers have decided to part ways with the Appalachian Brotherhood. I had every wish to work together with Shin on my mission, and still do. But he is no longer open to discussion. His loyalty to the Elders is unshakable. He would rescind his oath before besmirching the Brotherhood's name. Should he ever open his mind, I will be ready to listen. To make. I'd like to recognize a particular initiate's exceptional contributions to our chapter. In most cases, this recognition would take the form of a standard rank increase. However, being a knight is a dedicated responsibility, and it's become quite clear to me that this initiate has obligations beyond just the Brotherhood of Steel. I won't take you away from Appalachia. As such, I'm granting you the unique title of Knight Errant. Why don't you come stand between Scribe Valdez and I, so I may officially confer your title? For exceptional contributions to the Appalachian Brotherhood of Steel, I hereby name you Knight Errant. You may split your time with the Brotherhood as you see fit. We are forever grateful for what you've done for us. Now everyone, feel free to take a short break before your next assignment. You've earned it. So, Knight Errant, how did... You deserve it. Now, we can start making the Brotherhood our focus. This is a new... Don't be a stranger. Ad Victoriam.